Hello, Bobby aka Aspie Lipstish here, and in this video I am going to be talking about how monetary systems and mainstream religions enslave our minds. Now, now a lot of um a lot of the things we are taught by our parents from a very young age are misconceptions um, and historical revisionism and rule reinforcing, structure reinforcing logic that was passed down to them by their parents. As such, they cannot entirely be blamed for deceiving you because they themselves were deceived long before. Of course, in the age of technology, the whether you stay deceived or not is entirely your choice. And mainstream religion claims to be about the absolute truth, which I find just precious. It also claims to be about the will of God, as if us mere mortals could pro properly comprehend such a thing. And you'll notice that oftentimes when preachers are talking about what God wants and what God doesn't like, they are really referring to either what they think the person they're talking to wants or what the person they're talking to is expected to not like, or what they, the preacher, want, or what they, the preacher, do not like. So, like the Abrahamic God, for instance, is homophobic because the Jews and Christians who wrote down the scriptures were homophobic. He's misogynistic for the same reason. And of course, all these all these prejudices were far more socially acceptable in in those pre-literate times than they would be today. Also, Mainstream religion has historically aided and abetted some of the worst tyrants in history. For instance, Hitler and Mussolini and Franco, some of the most vicious, murderous, fascist dictators of all time, were funded by the Vatican. Because fascists don't like communists, and Catholics don't like communists either. So while Catholics and fascists do have different values on other issues, and in many instances it was the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of situation and logic, as it was when the U.S. government teamed up with Stalin against Hitler. Now, obviously, the U.S. government was not a fan of either Stalin or Hitler, but they saw Stalin as the lesser of two evils at the time. This has been Bobby, aka Aspie Libsoch, Liberty, Equality, Fraternity. Goodbye.